أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hajj, or pilgrimage to the house of Allah in Mecca, is one of the important ibadat under the section of Furu'id-Din. One of the philosophies and the reasoning behind the obligation could be found in the chapter known as Hajj, chapter number 22 of the Holy Quran, especially verse number 27, which talks about as to why one must perform the Hajj. Moreover, when we look at Hajj, it is actually the reminder of the many great personalities of the past. It includes the traditions of Hazrat Ibrahim, Hazrat Ismail, and as well as Hazrat Hajar alayhi salatu wassalam. The sacrifice between Ibrahim and Ismail alayhi salatu wassalam, the place where Bibi Hajar was waiting for water for her baby, Hazrat Ismail alayhi salatu wassalam, and she ran between the two mountains of Safa and Marwa. And we find that all of these actions then are put together, part of this important ibadat. Of course, there's a philosophy behind this ibadat as well, that word person is only obligatory upon them once in their lifetime. It's not to be repeated. If you can, you should, but it's not something which is obligatory to be repeated. There's minor Hajj as well, which is known as the Umrah, and many of the benefits that are associated with it. Now, of course, Hajj cannot be done in your own hometown. For that, you have to make this journey, which could be costly. But when you arrive at that occasion, Hajj does not begin when you put on this ihram. Hajj does not start when you enter the haram known as the city of Mecca. Hajj does not start when you circumambulate around the Kaaba. Hajj does not start when you run between Safa and Marwa. Hajj does not begin when you are in the land known as Arafat. Hajj has not started when you are in Mash'arul Haram. Hajj has still not begun when you're striking and stoning the shaitan in Mina. In fact, Hajj has not started when you sacrifice that animal on the day of Eid. Once you're done with all of these actions, which might be wondering as to when does the Hajj start if we have done all of the elements of Hajj, one of the scholars mentions that Hajj actually begins the moment you get back on that plane and you come back home. That's when the Hajj begins. Because it should have impacted you when you were putting on these simple pieces of clothing, the two white pieces of clothing. You removed the libas of ego and you put on this simple libas. When you move forward from miqat, you left the bodies behind and the souls move forward. And that's what the essence of Hajj is. While it is only obligatory once in your lifetime, it is recommended by Ma'sumin to perform as many times as you can. In fact, in the traditions, in regards to our second Imam, Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba alayhi salatu wassalam, it is mentioned that Imam performed this Hajj 25 times on foot. That tells us the importance of it. Also, in the life of our sixth Imam, that his wife actually gave birth to her son when they were coming back from Hajj, to highlight the importance of attending and performing this Hajj regardless of what situation one might be in. Therefore, it's a reminder to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It brings us that spirituality which could be attained by letting go of many things. And Hajj is the name of that. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.